When it comes to cell animated shows, Cardcaptor Sakura is one of my favorites. It blows me away every single time I rewatch an episode. The backgrounds, colors, art style, shading, expressions, I love it all. It's an insanely beautiful show. The anime itself is one of my personal all-time favorites, but not in the way that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of my personal all-time favorites, if that makes any sense. I'll probably make a separate video that focuses on the show itself and why I love it, but for now, I really want to gush about the animation. Madhouse, an animation studio that's responsible for some of the greatest anime out there, created the Cardcaptor Sakura anime adaptation. It originates from the Cardcaptor Sakura manga series, illustrated and created by Clamp, an all-female manga artist group. Now that I know that Madhouse worked on the show, the animation quality makes a lot of sense. I'm no animation student, I can only kinda draw good sometimes, but what I can say is that I love animation, and always have. It has all my respect, so although I'm no professional, I know and appreciate great animation when I see it. Cardcaptor Sakura is insane. I keep saying that, but come on! The show is visually stunning. Whenever Sakura is rollerblading around, she's gliding. You really feel that when you watch her. The trees overhead, the leaves blowing in the wind, the shining sun, all of these details together make it so raw and real to me. She has these sweeping glides. I want to rollerblade like that too. The backgrounds for the show match the cell animation perfectly. Sakura's house is so sweet with its pastel yellow hue. There's a lot of background stills of her house they use throughout the show, and they're always a pleasure to see. The nature in a lot of the backgrounds are super relaxed and comforting. The trees, shrubs, flowers, grass, all the nature shown is so well painted and drawn. Nothing's too detailed. You can't see the veins and leaves. Instead, you get these simple green clumps, and the shading and lighting do all the work in bringing it to life. The skies are really pretty too. Every background looks so soft. Oh, I love them so. It's really fun looking at screenshots and seeing what cells are overlaid onto the background and which aren't. In this screenshot of Shaoran and Sakura sitting on a swing set, you can see that the actual swings aren't a part of the background, so the background only has the empty swing frame. It's fun searching for little details. One of my favorite animated segments of all time comes from Cardcaptor Sakura, Sakura Card. In episode 11, Sakura, Shaoran, and the elevator, Sakura, Tomoyo, Ariel, and Shaoran are all going shopping during a montage where Shaoran is singing his amazing song. The reason why I bring this up is because I've never seen any other show do something like this, where all the characters are creatively framed by fall leaves and autumnal colors. Seriously though, it's really cool. I think of this montage a lot whenever I ponder rewatching some episodes. It's just so cool and creative. The colors, the song, the leaves, the theme, the story, the framing, everything comes together beautifully. Any episodes that have summer in them have these great sunsets and capture the essence of summer perfectly, even when the characters are chilling out in an indoor pool. I especially love this one screenshot I have where Sakura's in her room doing homework and Kiro is looking out the window. The entire shot looks like a sunset. It's really nice. It's pretty similar to this other scene where Shaoran's in his room. When it's sunset time, everyone gets engulfed in it. It's so magical. Same goes for nighttime. There are plenty of whimsical night scenes during winter, with snow lightly falling down, or during summer when everyone's at the summer festival. When it comes to expressions, the show is chock full of them. I thankfully have several screenshots of these beauties. The expressions are really goofy and fun, not too over the top, but still exaggerated. They're very cute and silly. One of my favorite shots from the whole show that really struck me when I first saw it was this one. These types of shots are few and far between, but I really wish they'd come up more often. Shaoran gets this really thick outline and exaggerated pose. I love his Grinch hand, the heart coming out of his chest because Sakura's appeared out of nowhere, his silly expression, and then his flustered expression. There's so much going on and it goes by so quick. Sakura also gets her own bold outline frame. For context, these two shots come from the same episode where the crew go to a ski lodge. Sakura is scared and anxious in this shot because Ariel shares a ghost story around the fireplace, and Sakura has phasmophobia. So later in this episode, she goes to chill by a fireplace and Shaoran is also there but doesn't notice her at first and freaks out, hence the screenshot I shared before. The shot is striking. Again, she has a bold outline that makes her really pop. Her hair looks sharp and her facial expression is so good here. She is spooked. She even has her own huge anime teardrop. I have some other standout screenshots like these Alice in Wonderland ones from the episode with the same theme. When Sakura is talking about the book, we get to see these frames done in a different art style. It's very storybook-esque, which makes sense. The way it's done is super cool. The color palette in this frame is full of browns. There are hints of pink and purple. There isn't cross-hatching, but there are lines, so I guess it's a branch of cross-hatching. I'm glad they decided to include these frames because they're really cute. I especially love these two. These really hone in the storybook style. I love all the stems of the flowers and leaves. The bunny Alice encounters and her looking at it is probably my favorite from all of these. The frames are lovely. Here's a very simple shot. Xiaoran and Mei Ling are standing outside in some cute outfits I wish I could wear. I love the background. The pink and white awning catches my eye every time I see it. There's not much going on in the frame, but for what it is, I love it. I just love the colors and the poses. That's another thing the show does super well. Characters snap into great poses. These usually coincide with expression stuff. Xiaoran has so many moments where he's being overtly expressive, and that goes into the rest of his body animation. I would be remiss not to mention the openings of Cardcaptor Sakura. My personal and forever favorite is Catch You Catch Me. I think it's the best OP from the whole show, and when it switched to the other one, I got really sad. It's one of those openings where no matter what, I don't skip it. I love the opening animation where all the characters flash across the screen. Sakura is just hopping around and then becomes a magical girl. I wish she wore this outfit outside of the opening because it's probably her most iconic outfit. At least I think it is. It seems to be the outfit people first think of, and it's used a lot in merchandise. It's a great opening that has a lot of character, plus it's super cute and creative. When Sakura is first calmly gliding and getting closer towards the screen, the animation is so smooth. Little strands of her hair are swaying. All of the musical cues or shots that land on the beat are ah! What a great script I've written. I love it when animation does that. It adds a lot to the opening. I like how it ends too, with Sakura just running up to Tomoyo on a picturesque bridge surrounded by pretty flowers and a river. Good stuff. I think I'll wrap things up by talking about movement. There are plenty of animated shots that are incredibly smooth yet striking. This lightning sequence where it's moving like a snake in the air is so well done. This seems like a nightmare to animate. There are so many spikes and edges, keeping track of all that must be a hassle, but they did it. It looks great. Another favorite of mine is this quick sequence where Ariel's skiing, and god, every time I watch it, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, oh my god, look at this! Oh! A lot of fight scenes have cool stuff going on depending on what cloak card of the week is causing trouble. I am surprised that I barely mentioned the fight sequences, since that's... Well, are they fight sequences? I mean, yeah, I guess they are, but they are a big part of the show. I'm surprised I didn't really mention it, and all I have is this penguin footage. What can I say? Cardcaptor Sakura is a shining example of stellar animation. I understand why style animation is a lost art nowadays, but it's definitely one of my favorite methods. The end result always turns out fantastic. It may be extremely time-consuming, but I can imagine that if this was my craft, I would put my heart and soul into making every background beautiful, drawing every frame to my heart's content.